ain't saying no names, but you know who you are. You really think pulling the fifth wheel, just latching his fifth wheel is a smart thing? Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, say the trailer don't come off at the pump. He's driving. He manages to make it on the highway. That trailer comes off on the highway and hits a bus full of kids, and all those kids die. Who actually learned their lesson? You don't deserve to be on the highway. I don't think you deserve to be on the highway. You shouldn't even be allowed to have a CDL. That's irresponsible. We're supposed to be professional drug drivers. You call that professional? You better hope I don't ever see you doing that, because I will report your ass in a quickness. I don't give a shit if they call me a rat. I'd rather protect other people's lives than protect yours. That's no, bro. You're something's wrong with you, bro. Something is definitely wrong with you, and you know who you are.
Yeah, I better not catch you pulling my pin. Ooh, I'm just gonna call the cops on you. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm just gonna call the cops on you if I see you ever pulling anybody's pin, my pin, at any truck stop or anywhere that we're at. If I see somebody doing that, you best believe I'm gonna tell on you. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and fight you, but I am gonna tell on you. Thank you guys again for joining me one more time, guys. Thank you for coming back to A Trucker's Life. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you've already been subscribed, welcome back. And that video there was courtesy of Octavio on TikTok. So I will give you a link down below his TikTok, and you guys go check him out. Appreciate you, Octavio, for letting me use your video, because I thought it was very important. And it's just so weird that right after I put up my video, that came out, and we don't even know each other. And you put out that video about somebody talking about pulling people's pins as a joke, or just doing it just to be whatever. No, you do not. If I see you doing that, it's not going to be good for you. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for coming back. Just an amazing amount of comments that I received from that video, mostly positive, and a couple there that was kind of I was prejudging. But if you watch the whole video, I did say at the beginning that I prejudged, but at the end I was kind of going through the different things that actually could have happened. And before we continue on the video, also, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to a long lost friend that I haven't talked to in many years. And fortunately, not too long ago, he contacted me, had a great conversation. We're childhood friends. Victor Rodriguez, which is in the oil field in North Dakota. Shout out to everybody in North Dakota that's up there working in the oil field. It's been great talking to you, bro. And here we are, back again with another video. Welcome back. So on a lot of these videos that a lot of these comments that I was receiving, some people were stating that it could have been failure to the actual equipment, and that is one big thing that I didn't. Well, I did kind of touch on it that day, but it's not as I didn't touch on it as much as I should have, I guess. But failure to the fifth wheel is a big thing that could have happened. Failure to the kingpin is also one that could have happened. So we always have to make sure that we get underneath there and inspect those kingpins, guys. I know a lot of you don't do it. A lot of us don't. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I do it every time. It's very rare when I do it. Am I going to start doing it now? You bet you I am. Am I going to start doing tug tests more often? You bet you I am. Especially, I do it every time before I leave, whenever I'm spending the night, and I do it all the time when I hook up to a trailer, to a new trailer. I do the tug test, but I don't do it when I stop to get fuel. So that's one thing that I'm really going to start implementing in my day-to-day, is to do those tug tests. For any reason for me stopping, to do that, because there's a lot of bad people out there, guys. Whether we like to say it or not, there's a lot of very bad people that, like that guy that Octavio's talking about, somebody that just does it for fun. Hey, it's your family out there. It's your family. It could be your family. Somebody, for that guy, which I know you're probably not watching the video, but if somebody pulled the pin, pulled a prank on somebody close to where your family's at, and in your family rear ends that trailer that dropped on the highway, and your family gets hurt and God forbid killed, there you go. I mean, this is not a joke out here, guys. You're driving down the road 70 miles an hour, some of us 80 miles an hour over the speed limit in your car, and you come up to a trailer, you're not paying attention, 70, 80 mile an hour straight into the back of that trailer. You guys have all seen it way too much. The results will not be beautiful, will not be good. tragic most of the time. So we have to think about that. You can't be playing with this type of stuff. This is something that is life or death. You think it's a joke, you think it's funny, and it's not. Now, somebody also commented that what if they had pulled the pin on him whenever he was in the truck stop, would he have lost the trailer then? Possibility is big that they could have lost the trailer while they were maneuvering inside the truck stop, of course. But if the trailer, which I've seen them before, I've seen them where they kind of slip down and catch the tail end of the frame of the trailer, and they could continue with the driver not paying attention. He's doing his thing, looking forward, not looking backwards. He continues going on, and it could possibly still be hooked onto that part, the frame of your truck. The kingpin could hook onto the frame of the truck. I know you've seen kingpins, frames of trucks that are kind of pulled up back there at the end. That's kind of what happened, probably. More than likely, that's happened. So he could have took it off. I got on the highway, hit a good bump, it fell off. It didn't look like the trailer was full, because if it had been loaded, it probably would have damaged the landing gear. It didn't look like it damaged the landing gear much. So I'm thinking the trailer was maybe empty when he did drop it, which is a big thing that helped out as well, because had it been loaded, it could have dug in more into the highway, flipped around, whatever. A lot of different things that could have happened. Now, I did ask around to those guys that have those trucks that have the mechanical, or not the mechanical, the automatic, or the ones that you push to unlock the fifth wheels from the inside of the truck. And everybody's told me the same thing. You have to have both brakes released, push the button, wait a few seconds, release, and then it opens up. So it takes a little bit of process for that to happen. Could it still fail? Of course it could. Anything could fail. Anything man-made is going to fail one way or another. So just got to be vigilant. Get up on top of your truck, look down into your kingpin, make sure it's all greased up. Make sure not your kingpin, your fifth wheel. Make sure it's all in one piece, that it doesn't look like it's cracked. Inspect it. Make sure that when it's getting PM'd, you're getting your truck PM. Make sure it all gets greased up as well, because that has a lot to do with it. Don't let it dry up. Now, a lot of these trucks, or a lot of these trailers, especially the company I work for, we swap trailers out a lot. So there's a lot of wear and tear too that you have to add on top of all this, where you're coming in behind them, slamming into the trailers, depending on how you guys do it. I normally don't do it that way. I lower my truck, get underneath the trailer, let it raise up a little bit, and then I slowly go back until I hear it click. Then I give it the tug test, and I give it another tug test. Usually I do 3 tugs before I take off. I get off, hook up, and then take off. So that's another way. Another way is actually get off, get out, inspect it, make sure it's locked in, make sure the handle's in, make sure that, because even the ones that are air actuated, they still have a handle. So make sure that the handle's in, go behind there, make sure you see the kingpin, the fifth wheel that's locked, and grab the hold of the kingpin, give it another tug test. So a lot of things that I'm going to add to my day-to-day as far as that type of stuff. Hey, we've been out here on the road for many years. We get complacent. We stopped doing certain things. And when you see stuff like this, it kind of helps you reflect and see, what do I need to do to change to make my day-to-day safer for me and everybody around me? Because at the end of the day, it's about everybody getting home safe, or to their destination safe and sound, and us not adding. I mean, guys, you already know that people hate us anyways as trucks. You know, you see a truck out on the road, people in four-wheelers, they hate us regardless. So us adding on to something like this, or getting them hurt, just makes it where they hate us even more. So people just have that mentality. And just for instance, just a few days ago, I was stuck in traffic between Houston and Beaumont on I-10. And we were stuck in traffic, bumper to bumper, and the truck, there was a little small SUV behind this truck, and he was right on, that little SUV was right on the bumper of that big truck. And which, I mean, this is not, I'm not justifying what happened, right? But the truck driver was sitting on a slight little hill, and I guess he kind of released the brakes. The truck rolled back and kind of just barely bumped the front of that SUV, and that lady came out of that vehicle unglued. She was cussing her way all the way up to the truck, cussing at the truck driver, and then she got on the phone, called the police. By the time we got off the exit, they already had the driver pulled over. I mean, there was no place to pull over there, because there's if you guys have been through that section of highway, there's guardrails on both sides. There is no shoulder. he had to get down there to a safer place, which is a gas station, and that's where they did all. The police were there waiting for him, and who knows what happened. Hopefully, she didn't make up a bunch of stuff, but she just seemed like she was irate. And I was going to stop, but I didn't get an opportunity to pull in because it was a very, very small area, so I didn't go in there and try to talk to the officers just in case the lady was trying to make something up that the driver just backed in. But see, those are the things, those are the mentalities people have towards us truck drivers, that they're always thinking that we're after them. That was a simple accident. But the lady didn't really have to come unglued. She could have went up there, talked to the driver, hey, you bumped my car, let's see what we can do about it. And that was that. But she came out cussing, and just people have that mentality about truck drivers right off bat, that we're just these terrible people that are out to rule the highways and all that stuff. After all, the highways they were made for us, but they've kind of tried to take over. Well, they've taken over. So those are things that we have to deal with, unfortunately. But so you just, sorry I sidetracked a little bit from what I was talking about, but going back to the kingpin and going back to the fifth wheel, we have to look at stuff like that. I've had some people say that the actually fifth wheel has failed, or the kingpin failed while they were going down the road. And those are kind of things that you can't really 100% prevent. You don't have much control. That's an accident. But there are other instances where we can prevent these things from happening, and just by being a little bit more vigilant and looking at stuff, we can make it happen. I know we can. And after all, people don't realize that we're out there for them. Their fuel and their cars and their clothes and everything. You guys know the story. I don't have to tell you guys that. But for those of you that don't drive trucks, we are really out there for you guys at the end of the day, to get everything that you need to get to your grocery store, your department stores, or even Amazon now that's taken over everything else. So think about that before you go by and flip a driver off or cut somebody out. Not too long ago, I got flipped off I didn't even see what was going on, but we were both in the right lane. There was a car behind me, pretty far back. We're both in the right lane, and just traffic was stopping, so I merged over to the left. I put my turn signal on, and I guess the guy got upset because right at the same time as he was pulling over, I was doing it, and he got pissed off. I got back. I went around the traffic, got back in the right lane, which is where we normally belong, and he flipped me off. And I was like, why? Whatever. But that's just the things that we deal with as truck drivers. So I'm going to leave you guys with this, guys. I'm sorry that it's taken so long to put a video out. I just had a lot of things going on. Not anything bad, just things going on that I'm trying to take care of. And but we're going to continue on the videos. Your next video should be the APU, the ghetto APU that we're putting together. Got all the components good together. So hopefully the next video will be on that, guys. And if you guys would give me the opportunity, hit that subscribe button, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Help get the algorithms to put our channel back up again, because our channel has kind of been lagging lately, and it's not getting the exposure that it should. Comment, hit that like button, guys. Share the video. Do whatever to help out so we can continue growing and we can continue being a part of the YouTube family. I know I don't ask about this enough from you guys, but I am going to have to start asking a little more. Please hit that like button if you're not subscribed. With that being said, guys, I'm out here. Just going to sit here, reflect on life here in beautiful Lake Conroe, Texas. And it is kind of a little warm, but I'm going to stay in the shade and just kind of sit here and check out the lake a little bit. Put the drone up in the air so you guys can check out a little bit from the drone view, and leave you guys there. So with that being said, guys, thank you guys again for joining me one more time, guys. Don't forget, guys, to be kind to one another. Help anybody needs help. Anybody contemplating suicide, guys, please don't do it. This is also a number that our military can use, which is 1-800-273-8255. Military men and women, thank you so much for your service. See you guys on the next video, and let's just go up in the air.